Hey everybody, thanks for joining me in the garden on Outside with Jeff. As everybody who watches my channel knows, I garden in these railroad ties timbers. It's a controversial way in the gardening community. Apparently some people think it's the end of the world if you garden in it, but that's okay. That's what I choose to do. So what I'm going to be doing today is this section of the railroad ties raised bed timbers. I'm actually building it up another timber. So it's going to be about this high, and this is going to be my potato bed for now on. My white potato, russet potato, red potato bed. I want that extra depth so that I can plant the tubers deeper and get a lot of growth. This section of the garden is actually right over a slab, so I'm pretty limited on how deep the roots can grow down. But by adding that extra timber, I'll be able to get a good 16 to 18 inches of growing space. First step I need to do is I need to remove some of these plants here. The growing season's winding down. It could just be a couple weeks. The 2-week forecast looks good, but we could get a frost at any time and it would kill these tomatoes and peppers. So I'm just gonna go ahead and rip them out, harvest what I can, and put them in a bucket. I'm just gonna actually put the rest of the plants right here. I'm just gonna compost in place. I'm really excited about this. Now I know a lot of people are probably thinking, what do you mean that's going to be your potato section? You have to rotate. Well, I'm going to take a different approach to rotation. This will be my potato section. Each year before I plant, I'm going to remove a lot of the soil from this raised area, toss it over here, take dirt from here. I'm going to kind of rotate the soil around like that. So although I'll be planting in the same spot, it's going to be different soil every time. So let's get started. I'm going to harvest what I can and then get to pulling plants. That is a gigantic pepper plant right there. I harvested all this stuff a few days ago, but I figured when I pulled the plants, I might see some that I missed. Really nice green tomatoes. Will make good fried green tomatoes. And that's about as far as I need to go. These timbers are 8 foot. The ending line is right here. So I need to go get my loppers, cut these couple tomato plants off the ground, and get them yanked out.
it going?
Going good. How you doing, Steve?
Well, I've been playing some crappy golf.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Well, if it's anything like fishing, a bad day at golf's better than a good day at work.
Yeah. Getting rid of the tomatoes?
Yeah. Starting to.
Emma's gonna miss them.
Oh, does she come over and eat some?
Yes.
That's awesome.
She barks at them. Yeah, all them that drop right there just leave and she'll eat every damn one of them.
Oh, cool. That's funny what dogs will eat, you know?
Yeah, she'll come out here and stand and bark at them. Because they're not one
Well, next year I'm planting in different spots, so I'll have to keep her in mind and throw her a few cherry tomatoes over the fence. Yeah. Okay. Set those over there. So we've got our space well defined. I've got all the plants that were in the way cut out. We're just going to compost them right in place here. Now, need to go get some timbers, start setting them in place. Well, folks, 45 minutes later, a lot of heavy lifting, and this is what I've come up with. So I've got it double stacked timbers. Got a piece in there, put a piece in the bottom, put a piece over top. I'm gonna come back now. I'm gonna get some 1x4s and cut some 8-inch pieces. I'm gonna attach them on the seams so that these aren't so tippy-toppy, because they're kind of tippy-toppy right now. But I'm gonna get them all bolted into place, so if my kids decide to come out here and walk on it or something, like a balance beam, they'll be safe. So safety is top priority. So now my next step, like I said, I'm gonna tie that in with some 1x4s, and then I'm gonna be pulling out all these peppers and tomato plants and throwing them in here, composting it in place. And then I'm gonna take a few bags of this Beyond Peak garden soil, put over the top of all that composted garden waste. And when the leaves start falling, I'm gonna gather up leaves, throw them in here. I'm gonna try to build this soil up to almost the top level of this. It's probably gonna take a couple seasons, since I'm not just gonna go buy a bunch of dirt just to do it the quick way. I'm gonna do it by composting, and just, you know, using with what I've got around the house. So it'll probably take 2 seasons before it's completely filled, but I'll definitely have a really nice potato crop in here next year, and I'm looking forward to it. So after I pull out these peppers and tomato plants, I'm gonna plant garlic all down this bed here. I might hold off on the very end because the very end of that bed floods a little bit when we get rain in the spring. I don't want the garlic to rot in the ground, but I know the first 8 or 10 foot of this bed here, it doesn't have any flooding issues. So that'll be it for today's video. I hope you liked the construction, or the beginning constructions of the new potato bed. I think it's really gonna give me a lot of production. I'm looking forward to it. It's gonna be really rich, organic soil in here, and I'm really looking forward to it. So until next time, from my garden to yours, have a great day.